Hello, everybody. Joe Bag Donuts here. Welcome back for another episode of Umineko. I'm going to be real with you guys. This is going to be a rough one for me today. It is currently 9:30 a.m. I just spent the past 8 hours in Photoshop and digging online for reference images in order to make a thumbnail for the next series I'll be doing concurrently with Umineko. So don't worry if you're not into the Nasuverse, because Mihoyo comes out in like 2 days? 2 days, yeah. I realized that I had ordered the physical copy with the limited edition physical copy, and according to Amazon, it's not supposed to arrive until like January. So I guess I'm gonna be downloading that on my Switch so I can play it when it comes out. I also realized that I don't have a capture card. I used to, like fucking 8 years ago, fucking Elgato's. Never used it. Just one of those things. Like that's when I guess it was more than 8 years ago now that like the Call of Duty YouTubers were big. Ooh man, I'm old. Anyway, so that's coming also tomorrow. It's set on Amazon because I'm a Prime member. It would show up today, but it lied. You know, just as Amazon is wont to do. So yeah, my brain is pretty fried. As soon as I finished, I'm like, you know what? I deserve to treat myself. So I ordered some real breakfast on Uber Eats from a place nearby. And it took them an hour and a half to get here, even though it's 5 minutes down the road. It would have been so much easier if I just ordered it for pickup. But, you know, I'm being a lazy piece of shit. It's early in the morning. It's raining out. I don't want to do that. Because, like, the past week I've been living off canned food. Like, my mouse pad is nice and clean now. Because yesterday I was eating my can of oysters. And being the fucking bumblelord I am, I fucking knocked the tin when I was eating it and spilled them all over my like desk-sized mouse pad. Which normally when I spill things on here, it's coffee or tea. It's like, whatever. It might leave like a water stain, but it's fine. But like canned oyster oil soaking in right where my hands go and like I rub my mouse. No. So I just took it off and threw it in the wash. It's looking real good, except for the corners where there used to be these like little things where you could like pop up a stand like at a 45-degree angle where you were supposed to be able to put like a phone or whatever, except like all phones charge from the bottom. So if you put it there, like the charger would be like getting kinked and it wouldn't sit right. So I never used those because, you know, otherwise I'd have to put my phone upside down, and I was about to say I'm not a weirdo, but you and I both know that's a goddamn lie. But it turns out those are just glued on, so when it was in the wash, they just got ripped the fuck off. So now I have two gaping holes on either side of like the top of my mouse pad. Fortunately, who cares? You know, the area where my keyboard and mouse, perfectly fine. But you're not here to hear me ramble. You're here, well, you are. That's literally the whole point. But not about the mundane intricacies of my life. It's about the story here, Umineko. What happened last time? Beatrice showed up to fight Beatrice, but then Beatrice beat Beatrice because she tricked Beatrice into thinking that Beatrice had gotten Beatrice, but Beatrice was just tricking her. And that was the entire episode. Some wacky shit happened. Norse mythology references that I was surprisingly pretty good at getting all of them. I don't know about, you know, I was able to get the ones that Beatrice did, but I don't know about all the stuff that Beatrice used. Not confusing at all, having two characters with the exact same name. Anyway, story, yeah, there's something going on here. Family meeting, sure. There's no way to notice the coming of morning without opening a window and looking at the cloudy sky, which had become a tiny bit lighter. It wasn't a refreshing morning. All that could be heard was the sound of the rain, which had kept falling since last night, and the howl of the wind.
とても朝とは思えないわね。私たちの心をそのまま示したひどい天気よ。
なら随分穏やかじゃねえか。雨は降れど。
Oh yeah, how is this gonna play out? Because like I was about to say all the Ushramigas are fine, but you know, Kinzo took a big fat L and burst into flames, and you know, all the servants also dead. But it's like, who done it? Ooh, the big mystery, because you know, all the adults are here in this room. Well, except for I guess Nanjo pieced out to fucking go to sleep because, you know, this talk was none of his business. And all the kids are off in the guest house, so... Ooh, who could have been? Rain, and not Spears. Little does he know. Last night at one point, it was raining Spears. Oh, my throat's all froggy.
雨が降ろうと槍が降ろうとドンと来いっちゅうとこやな。もう6時かいな。はあ、これで十分とちゃうか。
Oh god, please don't fucking yawn at me, Hideyoshi.
あとは謎の19人目ベアトリーチェが動いてこんことには。
Your fucking piece is already in motion.
そういうことだ。だが、向こうが撃ってくるだろうほとんどの手は想定できたはずだ。
But hey, like, you know, we're gonna be seeing a lot more people this time around that survived the first culling, like Kraus, who fucking wipes out every single time. Who's sending me text messages? Political candidates begging for money. Of course.
そうね。兄弟の中に裏切り者さえ現れなければ、私たちは大抵の事態に対応できるはずよ。
As long as that doesn't happen.
もうこの話は終わりにしましょう。結局徹夜しちゃったわね。眠いわ。
そうですね。朝食をとったら一度お休みにな
I
られ
mean,
て
it
はい
is
か
the
がですか。
80s. I'm pretty sure fucking Nanjo can, like, get you some coke. Or fucking Kinzo has some lying around somewhere, you know, to fucking prep yourselves up.
良い提案だ。
Pep yourselves. I said prep.
この年に徹夜は答えるよ。
Trust me, it's tiring at any age. As they all stretched, they enjoyed this unrefreshing morning as best they could.
顔でも洗ってこようぜ。きっとひでえ。
Oh yeah, you're probably all fucking oily. You start getting your bags under your eyes. No, more than normal. At least for me, because I always have bags under my eyes.
何このひどい匂い。
As soon as they exited into the corridor, Kyrie made an openly disgusted expression.
どうしましたか？ねえ、何かひどい匂いがしない？
ん？なんやこの匂いは。こらたまらんで。
Well, it is raining out pretty hard, and, you know, you're on an island with no sewer system, so it's probably got one big septic. But then again, it is the 80s. There's a chance they're just dumping all their sewage right into the ocean. You know, with a septic system like that and this heavy rain, there's a chance your toilets could be backed up. Because of that fuss, everyone stuck their heads out into the corridor. It was a faint stench, but after the complaints, they clearly noticed it. Or it's the scent of, you know, a body that was burning on the first floor and whatever the fuck happened to Goda. Each of them went to the corridor, relying on their own sense of smell to tell them where the strange odor was coming from.
一体何事でしょう。現時に対応させましょう。きっともう使用人室に来ていて、朝の準備をしているはずです。
About that.
頼む。まさかあのゴーダに限って、こんな匂いをさせる朝食を作っているとは思いがたいのだがね。
Rudolph's group searched for the source of the smell and determined that it was coming from underground, from the boiler room. But the door was locked, and they couldn't check inside. Meanwhile, Natsu's group were on their way to search for someone in the servant room when they noticed something strange about the parlor.
何ですかこれは。ひどいいたずらだわ。誰がこんなことを。
Drawn on the door to the parlor, in a paint that reminded one of blood, there was a strange, magic circle-like thing.
厨房にはまだ誰も来てないわ。何よそれ。
It's blood. Except it actually isn't blood. It's a blood-like substance. Oh god. I ate an entire can of peaches before recording this, so I think the syrup is clogging my throat. Doing some weird things. Ava's group, who thought the smell had been coming from the kitchen, had returned, having observed that no one was there and that preparations for breakfast had not yet begun. And yet they noticed the unusual state of the parlor.
ダメだな。 ボイラー室は鍵がかかってる。ボイラーの故障とか
Well, they
そういう
did
の
say
だとまずいんじゃない
Runaway
の
was going to
か
prepare a dastardly locked room situation, so
使用人は
let's see
誰
what
か
they
いた
got
か
for us this time.
その悪趣味な落書きここにもあるの？ボイラー室の
Two?
扉にもあったのよ。
なんやって、この薄気味悪い落書きがここだけじゃなく
Is
て
it multiple of the
他にもあ
same
るっちゅ
or
うか
just, you know, more graffiti?
まさか森の魔女ベアトリーチェの宣戦布告っちゅうわけやないやろな。
Yeah, she fucking threw stink bombs in your living room and fucking spray painted the walls. Hideyoshi tried to make fun of it, but staring at this creepy magic circle while listening to the wind and rain really made it seem like it was a message from a witch. The dripping bright red paint made one think of blood, and it made things even more eerie. Hideyoshi tried to open the door, but it was locked. As a general rule, the parlor was never locked. Someone had gone out of their way to lock it.
これはどういう私たちが食堂で話し合いをしている最中に誰かがこっそりとこの落書きを残したというの？客間とボイラー室の扉に。
どうせ使用人の仕業よ。私たちはずっと一緒だったのよ。全員にアリバイがある。おそらくお父様に何かおかしな指示を受けて
Okay.
こんないたずらをしたのよ。
Directing it up at Kinzo, because I was about to say, like, I don't think any of your servants are these kind of people who would fucking just do that. But, you know, if Kinzo told them to, just to fuck with
昨
you,
日の
then
マ
yeah,
リアちゃんの手紙の
they would love to do it.
使用人連中が親父の手先になって何かを企んでる可能性は十分疑えるからな。とにかくみんなどこにいやがるんだ。まさかかくれんぼってわけでもねえだろうに。
Yeah, make your own goddamn
Sarah
breakfast.
それより私は子供たちが気になるわ。
Ah, you're a worrywart.
無事よね。私確かめてくるついでにゲストハウスに使用人の人がいないか見てくるわ。
ならっ
I
て
mean,
わけ
you're right to worry. You just don't know that you're right.
ゲストハウスにガキどもの様子を見に
Oh
行く
god,
わ
they're
け
gonna fucking Scooby-Doo it.
俺たちは屋敷の中を調べてみよう。考えたくねえ。こんな薄気味悪い落書きがここだけってことはねえかもしれね
親父殿のおかしなゲームに巻き込まれているのかもしれんな。私は親父殿のところへ行って事情を聞いてみよう。まあ素直に話を聞いてくれるとは思えんがね。
They're gonna have a rough time getting anywhere, really. Especially if, you know, all the servants still had their master keys on them. And, there's a bunch more locked doors this time, with no one to open them. The adults split up. As a result, they confirmed that the 4 children were safe in the so-called cousin's room on the 2nd floor of the guest house. It appeared that they had stayed up late last night playing. All of them were snoring loudly, so Rosa decided not to wake them. Furthermore, Nanjo, who had returned early the previous night to rest, was also alright. It seemed he believed in the phrase early to bed, early to rise, and had awoken refreshed. During that time, Kirie and Hideyoshi searched for the servants, but they didn't find them. The servants' room in the guest house was also empty. Well, I guess they don't need the master key if they got access to the servant room box with, you know, like, all the individual keys.
みんな夜更かしのしすぎね。
使用人室は空っぽや。
Yeah, kids are kids. What can you do?
勤務表を見ても早番は6時からってことになっとる。もうお勤めをしてなきゃならん頃や。
They're striking!
仮眠室も空っぽよ。布団を抜け出した跡はあるけど暖かくはなかったわ。
こらクラウス兄さんたちの想像が当たったんとちゃうか。多分お父さんの指示で仕組んだゲームなんや。あの不気味な落書き
Yeah,
を
let's
残
go
し
with
てどこか
that.
に姿を隠してわしらに何かをさせたいに違いないんや。
遺産や家督を誰が引き継
Oh,
ぐ
what
に
a
ふさわしいか
jokester that
確かめよう
Kinzo.
っていうことですか。いくらなんでもそれは。
いいえ、お父様だったらそういうことをしてもおかしくないかもしれない。
less of a fun game and just more, you know, the antics of an eccentric.
例の碑文を大広間に掲げた時から練りに練った計画だったのかもしれへんで。
ならゲームの開始宣言もしくはゲームの説明などがあったり
No,
はしないのかし
it's
ら。
already afoot. Sink or swim, baby!
マリアちゃんに渡したような紋章入りの封筒が出てきても良さそうだけど。
そうね。ひょっとすると屋敷で兄さんたちがそれを見つけたかもしれないわね。
南條先生、あんたなんか聞いてませんか？
Yeah, you know, you're one of Kinzo's main squeezes.
申し訳ありませんが、私にも何が何だかさっぱりです。ただ、なるほど。金蔵さんが何かを企んで大仕掛けを打つことは私にも容易に想像できます。
一度屋敷に戻らんか。なんか向こうで見つけたかもしれんで。
お邪魔でなければ私もご一緒いたしましょう。
Sure, might as well.
私はここに残るわ。上にマリアたちが寝てる。何が起こってるかわからないんだもの。子供たちを放ってはいけないわ。
そうね。私もローザさんとここで留守番してるわ。
Okay, I was about to say, like, what do you expect to do by yourself, Rosa? But, you know, Kyrie seems pretty reliable, so...
うちの人にそう伝えていただけませんか。
Rosa and Kyrie remained in the guest house. Hideyoshi went with Nanjo and returned again to the mansion. Meanwhile, in the mansion, unbelievably, or maybe we should say that bad feelings have a tendency to be right, Riddle's prediction was right on. Because the same magic graffiti that had been drawn onto the doors of the boiler room and the parlor had been found in multiple other places throughout the mansion.
兄貴、親父の方はどうだ？
いや、ダメだ。何の反応もない。
Well, that magic circle's for, if it's the same one as the CG we saw, it's the one for getting into locked rooms. Or, was it? I'm always forgetting. There's too many magic circles. Grimoire? No. It won't tell us in here. Whatever. You know what I mean. So there's probably bodies scattered all throughout the house. Ugh.
一応扉に耳も当ててみたのだが、何の気配も感じなかった。
使用人の姿はどこにもありません。一体どこへ姿を消したのやら。冗談じゃないわ。お父様も使用人も姿を消し、屋
Yeah,
敷
just
中のあ
giggling
ちこ
to
ちにおかし
themselves,
な魔
hiding in a
法陣
broom
だらけ。
closet somewhere.
一体何が起こってるっていうのよ。
Ava, you're being hysterical. There weren't only magic circles on the door to the boiler room and the door to the parlor. There were also 2 on the 2nd floor, and 1 on the 3rd floor, for a total of 5. So either there's one room that's doubled up with bodies, or that you haven't found one yet. They were all the same magic circle, and all the doors were locked, so we couldn't check inside.
とにかくまずはボイラー室を何とかしよう。何かの故障で火事になったりとか爆発したりとかしたら大変だ。鍵だな。
使用人室にキーボックスがあったはずです。
I'm pretty sure boilers are like one of the more safe forms of like house heating. Efficient too. Not sure about how they are in the 80s. When you think of boiler room, you think like, at least in my head, you think of like a big old fucking scary steel cylinder with pipes everywhere and like a early 1900s fucking like train engine or something. But modern boilers are like super energy efficient and like just a box with like tubes running out of it, like really unassuming, and they work really well. They fish through the key box in the servant room. Because each servant individually carried their own master key around, those weren't kept here. However, all the individual room keys should have been here.
よくもこれだけぎっしりと鍵があるものだよ。
Yes, the key box has keys in it. Fucking astounding, Kraus.
ないわ。何度探してもボイラー室の鍵が見つからないわ。
見ろよ姉貴。例の魔法陣の書かれた部屋の鍵だけが綺麗にぽっかりと抜けてるぜ。
Probably tossed in the room with them.
本当ですね。これは困りました。まるで 魔法陣の部屋に入ってほしくないかのようね。いい
Yeah, that's a head
え、
scratcher.
わざわざ魔法陣でアピールしてるんだから入ってほしいのかしら。
俺は後者だと思うぜ。扉をぶち破るのは映画じゃあるまいし無理だろう。
I mean,
窓を破れば
it's not that hard to break down a door. But then again, this is like a wealthy mansion, so they probably have like solid wood doors with good hinges and locks. Krauss had a little trouble deciding whether this was a situation that called for smashing a window. At that time, Hideyoshi and Nanjo returned. There was nothing strange in the guest house, and the children were safe. They told the others that Rose and Kyrie had stayed to watch over the place.
おはようございます。何やらおかしなことになったそうですな。
おはようございます、南條先生。早朝から起こしてしまったようで申し訳ありませんが。
なんや、手紙の類は見つからんのか。
Nope.
わしはてっきりそういうのが見つかったとばかり思っとったんや。
そうね。
And just more questions than answers.
私もこれはお父様の壮大な冗談か何かのゲームだと信じてる。でもそうなら必ずそれを伝える手紙があるはずよね。マリアちゃんに手紙を与えたように。
Well, that was the starting
ゲ
pistol.
ーム
You
開始
know.
宣言は
Yeah.
まさにあのマリアちゃんの手紙だったのかもしれねえぜ。碑文の謎を解いてみろと。すでにゲームの内容は示されてるさ。
Now, going from their perspective about this being who's most eligible to succeed the Ushiriya family, it would be another test to see who has the initiative to start working on it without, an official go signal or whatever.
なら、屋敷から5つも見つかった魔法陣には。
Well, if
どんな
Maria
意
was
味があ
up,
る
she'd
と
be
い
able
う
to
の
tell
か
you.
ね。姿の見えない使用人もだ。
夏日姉さん、使用人って今日は全部で何人いたかしら。
5?
現地に合田に5人ですが何か。
使用人が5人。
5 locked doors.
魔法陣も5つか。偶然だろうが気になるな。
兄さん、窓を破りましょう。
Mildly ominous.
中を確認するべきだわ。
仕方ないな。綺麗に頼むよ。
If you want to break a window neatly, like, put duct tape on it first and then smack it, so that way you don't get glass shards shooting everywhere. You're still gonna get some, like the little tiny ones, but that way you won't have just, like, giant pieces that then fall and turn into little pieces. Grass made his decision and gave permission to smash a window. And they decided that the first room they would break into would be the parlor on the first floor, where the windows would be easiest to reach. Yeah, isn't the parlor, like, surrounded by a hallway on, like, 2 sides or whatever with windows? At least that's how it looks from the background CG. Like, it looks like there's the parlor that has windows on its walls, and then it's the hallway that goes around it, and then there's the outside windows, but who knows? I'm bad at remembering things. Or maybe I just misinterpreted it this entire time. They had hoped to peek in through the window, but the curtains were drawn, so they couldn't see inside. Rudolph wandered around the garden, trying to find something that would be good for smashing the glass. You can just, like, take out one of those bricks, like, lining the garden bed. Eventually, he found a rock bigger than a fist and came back.
全部割ることはないわよ。鍵が回せる程度に開けてくれれば十分。
あまり期待には添えないかもしれないぜ。
Yeah, this house sucks, it's good stress relief to fucking smash some shit in it. Rudolph raised the rock and hit the glass with it several times. Before long, he succeeded in skillfully opening a hole big enough that he could unlock it from the outside. Covering his hand with a handkerchief, he stuck his hand through the hole and cautiously unlocked it. Good, I was about to say, don't fucking slice your wrist with broken glass.
後でガムテープで塞いだ方がいいだろうな。雨が吹き込んじまうぜ。
Yeah, I don't want your carpet getting moldy. Yeah, see, it's got the windows, and then there's the door that goes to the hallway, and then there's more windows. When he threw the window open, the rain and wind made the curtains dance around violently. He swiped the curtain to the side. They could see the parlor they knew well. They were a little relieved. because they had thought that maybe the room would be filled with more bizarre magic circles, possibly the traces of some creepy ritual. In any event, they didn't want to hang around out in the rain, so the 6 of them, Kraus, Natsu, Ava, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, and Nanjo, entered the parlor as a group. Someone like walk around and open the door for Nanjo, because I don't see him fucking clambering through a window. That'll buff.
南條先生見たってや。
おい、シャノンちゃん、大丈夫か？返事をしろい。
You know, she just gets real bad cramps this time of the month.
揺さぶってはいけません。
Yeah, don't shake a person with unknown injuries. You know, in case it's a head or neck or back injury, you know, you could really fuck them up.
今容体を見ます。
If anything, you should do a sternum rub. Essentially, what you do is like kind of fold your fingers in, so that way like the tips of your fingers are touching like the top of your palm. So not like you're making a fist, but kind of like one step short of making a fist. Like if you curled the rest of your fingers down to be a fist, take those like your middle knuckles and like really rub their like sternum. It fucking hurts like a bitch, and it'll get someone up. She had been in the shadow of a sofa, so they hadn't noticed her until they entered the room. Jenna was lying on the floor, her chest stained bright red with blood.
おーいバトラーどこだほらほらシャノンの死体が出てきたぞ
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, in a locked room. Wow, who could have guessed?
もういじめねえから出てこいよ
Press X to doubt.
おーいいたいたそんなところで頭抱えて何してんだよ
Battler had his head pressed to the table and was clutching it with his hands. His pitiful figure made it painfully clear he didn't want to see anything, he didn't want to hear anything. Had he heard Beatrice's sneering voice? Could he not hear, or was he pretending that he couldn't hear? In any event, it was clear that he closed up his heart like a shell.
少しお嬢様がいじめすぎたのではないでしょうか。あれだけのものを見せつけて。
Beatrice is just gonna come along and fucking stick a shucking knife into his little heart shell and fucking pop it open and fucking suck out all the gooey insides.
塞ぎ込みたくなる気持ちも分かろうというものですよ。
なあバトラー
Damn, now I want some oysters. I know I just fucking rambled on at the beginning of this episode about how I'm mad at canned oysters, but like, you know, some fresh oysters?
反論がないならリザインを頼
Some
む
fucking like hot sauce, maybe some fucking Worcestershire sauce, you know.
お前の手番なんだ何か刺すとかパスす
A
る
little bit of lemon on ice, you know, just right out of the shell.
さもなきゃ降参するとかしてくれねえと話が前に進まねえよ
And what? Et tu?
何何聞こえないぞ
黙れっつってんだああうるせえうるせえうるせえ何か魔女だ何か魔法だ好き勝手にやればいいじゃねえかよ俺は信じねえ何も信じねえクソクソクソクソ
Yeah, just let him not believe it in peace and you can fuck off and do your magic shit somewhere else.
俺に話しかけるな何も見せるな消えろ消えろ消えちまえ俺にそのムカつく顔を近づけるな
Beatrice instinctively winced at Battler's sudden rage.
そうは言うがなお前の手番が終わらんとわらわの手番も来ぬあまりわらわを退屈させるなと言いたいのだが
知るかよ黙れようるせえんだよお前のゲームなんか知るかよ
It's like when someone gets like a little too into Monopoly and like they actually get angry and they're like, ooh, like and then it gets awkward.
付き合ってらんねえんだよ俺の番が終わらねえとてめえの番が来ねえってんなら 永遠に待ってやがりゃいいだろうが。ああ、知らねえわからねえ。魔女も魔法も認めねえ。あんなめちゃくちゃも認めねえ。
Yeah, I think your big magic battle last episode fucking landed a critical hit. Hello, barrier? Whomst barrier? Unless that was like Battler unleashing his latent power in his darkest moment, cornered, you know. He'll push everyone away, shield myself. Turn my internal shield of the mind into an external shield pushing away the outside world. I don't know what's what anymore. After being shown something that screwed up, how could I continue to resist? I wandered aimlessly through the rose garden. It was raining and windy, but that didn't mean my body got wet. There was just a feeling of isolation as I wandered amidst the rain and wind without an umbrella.
俺はひょっとするとあいつのゲームにとっくの昔に負けているのかもしれねえな。
Well, yeah, you have been chatting it up with fucking demons a good bit recently. Someone text me again. Fucking base exercise, I don't care. That's the nice thing about being in a weekend shift, you know, all this fucking bullshit happens during the week and I don't gotta deal with. Which means I'll probably get a phone call soon from the automated alert system that I'll ignore. Actually, I wonder whether we hadn't reached a clear resolution in the previous game. After all, I had submitted to her for a time. So the world had been tinted with witches and magic. Right now, Rokunjima is a different world, where witches stride around openly and fire off strange magic. It is a matter of accepting it or denying it. Maybe I'd mistakenly assumed that I was playing a game on even footing with Beato. I had already been defeated in the last game, and this may just be the signing ceremony for my surrender. Just now, a mighty battle had unfolded in this rose garden. I had seen it with my own eyes. I kicked the ground. Obviously, the ground was hard, and a puddle splashed. Several towers had split this ground, sprouting like high-rise buildings. The more I kicked the ground, the more it felt like it really couldn't be possible. But because of that, I couldn't explain it with anything other than magic anymore.
密室に鍵が閉じ込められてとかってやつならよくある推理小説の延長だろってことはわかるさ。でも
Yeah, you know, I finally busted off the Sherlock Holmes anthology I have sitting on my shelf, and I've been reading it at work the past couple days. I say past couple days, I've only gotten like fucking 15 pages in because, you know, I was actually busy this weekend.
あのドッカンドッカンってのはな。くっそー。
Yeah, that's some real fucking Chris Angel mind freak shit.
随分と迷惑をかけているようですね。
あんた。
I was suddenly spoken to, so I turned around, and in the Rose Garden Arbor was the predecessor Beatrice, who Beatrice had supposedly defeated a short while ago. Oh, yeah, you're in the DM dimension right now, so all that stuff that happened on, you know, Rokunjima proper, you know, doesn't count.
てっきり死んだと思ったぜ。生きてたのか。
いいえ、死にましたよ。今の私は取られた駒がチェス盤の外でくつろいでいるだけに過ぎません。
あんたはベアトの師匠なんだろ。
Well, it's not shogi, so you can't get back into play, so.
ってことはつまり、あんたも魔女ってわけ。
ええ、そうですよ。
I mean, she's a witch, but she's not like a witch, you know?
やっぱり魔女はいるってことで決まりなわけだろ。そしてあいつを倒せるのは俺じゃない。すげえ魔法を使えるあんたの方じゃねえか。
Was Beatrice really a witch? You know, she might be a witch, but is she really a witch? Or just a human who uses magic? Food for thought.
俺はもうお役ごめんさ。俺にできることなんてもう何もねえ。
おやおや、すっかり屈服してしまいましたか。
Nah, he's just sulking.
僕も何もあれをどう説明すりゃいいんだよ。塔が生えたり落ちてきたり、でっけえ巨人が盾を構えたり槍を投げたり。
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
ああ、思い出すだけでも気が変になりそうだぜ。もう推理もヘチマもあったもんじゃねえ。トリックとか人間犯人説とか、そんな領域をとっくに超えてるだろ。
Oh, look, there's that automated alert that I was talking about that's ringing now. Oh, let's see if I can put it in. Yeah, there we go. I fucking know how this works.
落ち着いて。私はあの子のゲーム版の駒に過ぎない。こうして番外へ取り除かれてしまえば、もはや何もできない存在。
Can't affect the game from outside the board.
しかしあなたはあの子の対戦相手。
Someone who can move pieces.
あなたが自ら投げ出さない限り、あなたには常にあの子に一矢報いる力があるのだから。
Neuron's firing. I just gotta punch Beatrice in the face. That'll show her.
あんただっておかしな呪文を唱えてトーダの槍だのを呼び出してたじゃねえかよ。何を一矢報いるってんだよ。俺にも魔法を教えてくれた。あいつとあの大魔法バトルを繰り広げろっていうのかよ。
あなたが望むなら、あなたに魔法の一端を教えてあげてもいいですよ。
そりゃ願ったり叶ったりだ
Well,
ぜ。
you know, you need to know a little bit about poisons in order to make an antidote, you know?
あいつの胸板にズドンと打ち込んでやれるような
Know your enemy and all
すっげえ
that.
魔法一発頼むぜ。はっ、なめんなってんだ。
日本の魔法に雨乞いの儀式というものがあるそうですね。
What, you mean like a Teratero Bozu?
ご存知ですか？
Hang one upside down?
バンバン火をくべて塩分を奉納して雨を祈るっていうあれか？あれは魔法じゃねえだろ。
Superstition.
火で上昇気流ができて、その結果雨雲が集まるっていう。
That would need to be one big fire
れっきとした科学
in
現
order
象のは
to
ずだぜ。
affect atmospheric conditions, my guy.
おや、私は東洋魔法の一つだと信じていましたが、魔法ではないのですか。天に聖なる火を捧げ、敬いの演舞を捧げること
So
で。
cloud seeding is a thing, and it does work. The U.S. military did it a fuck ton in Vietnam, and then proceeded to poison the water because it would like, oh god, I forget the specific chemical, but it like big planes fly overhead and like actual fucking oh god, chemtrails. There we go. Like legit chemtrail through the clouds in order to fucking make the water gather up, and then it rains. And they extend the monsoon season and try to like wash out the Ho Chi Minh Trail. But you know, dumping oodles and boodles of toxic chemicals into rain clouds means you got toxic rain. Oops. Sorry, Vietnam and Laos and Cambodia. My B. Well, not my B in particular. My is in, I am apologizing on behalf of all Americans. Though, you know, most of them weren't born when that happened, so, you know.
神々の心に雨乞いの単
I apologize for the Nixon administration.
大昔の連中はそうだったろうよ。でもその手のオカルトは大抵科学的に説明がつくもんだ。
物が燃えるのはどうしてですか？物質にフロギストンが含まれているからでは？
いや、
what? Yeah.
物が燃えるのは酸化反応だ。フロギストン説はラボアジェが否定したはずだぜ。
物に熱が伝わるのはどうしてですか？
Thermodynamics.
物質にカロリックが含まれているからでは？
そいつは確かジュールが否定したはずだ。熱はエネルギーであって物質じゃない。
よくお勉強しています。
Heat is just a byproduct.
正しい知識ですよ。
of energy being, you know, I was about to say extended, but that's not right. You know what I mean.
ちょいとした雑学レベルだがな。
フロギストンもカロリックも果てはエーテルも神の
Oh
愛
god,
さ
sixth element.
科学的な説明の前には無力ですね。私はかつて木からリンゴが落ちるのは人に食を与えるための神の愛のおかげだと聞く。
重力すらも神の愛なのか。まあ科学より宗教が万物を説明した時代の名残だろうぜ。
その通りです。人類はかつて自らの知識の限界をいいえ
Magic.
無知そのものを魔法と呼んだのです。先ほどの雨乞いの話はまさにそれでしょう。太古の人々が火が熱を生み上昇気流を生み出して雲を呼ぶことを科学的に理解していたでしょうか。
Hey man, it's like me. I work with fucking computers. It's magic to me. It's a fucking rock with electricity running through it that does math.
理解せずとも
It's like, sure, I can explain like the basic fundamentals of it, but in the abstract, it's fucking magic.
そういうのは結構あるかもな。先人たちの知恵ってやつさ。理由は分からずとも長い経験でそういう結果が得られることを知っていた。原理を理解できない現象は多分彼らにとっては魔法も同然だったろうな。
Just like this person that just said, ancient people who didn't understand the principles had probably believed that through the rain ceremony, through which had reached the heavens and made the rain fall. To them, that was certainly magic. As long as they didn't understand thermals.
電気のスイッチを押せば明かりがつく。子供は電球がなぜ発光するのか、その科学的原理を知らず、結果だけを知っていてスイッチを押す。原理を知らずとも結果を得られるならば、
Well, they'll learn about electricity real quick if they fucking stick their finger into an empty socket when it's on.
面白い話だな。まあ理屈から言やそうだ。
But are we getting into like the thing where I'm pretty sure I brought this up in like the first episode of the question arcs, like what is the definition of magic, and to a certain extent anything you do is magic.
例えば俺たちはテレビのブラウン管にどうして画像が映るのか。でもテレビに物が映るのは当たり前だと思ってる。
I need to know at least a little bit about cathode ray tubes for my job, even though like we barely use them anymore for our displays. There's still a couple fucking bumming around, and occasionally get pilots who write up saying like, yeah, oh, a discrepancy report, our display is blurry. I go up there and look at it, I'm like, yeah, it's blurry, it's a fucking CRT. Yeah, but the other one's a lot clearer. That's because it's an LCD, you moron. Of course it's gonna be blurry. Just fucking fiddle with the switches and get into focus.
ブラウン管の原理を知らなくても
Sign it off, user
スイ
error,
ッチを
boom.
押せばテレビが見られることだけは知っている。上昇気流を理解せずに雨乞いをするのと全く同じだ。つまり原理を知らないならばテレビだって魔法も同然。いや魔法そのものだろうってわけか。
You know there's an underlying principle to it that is explained by a process, you just don't know the intricacies of that process.
あなたはブラウン管の構造がどうなっているか知っていますか？分解してその中身を見たことは？
ねえよ。
I mean, I fucking smashed fucking CRTs in the parking lot.
本か何かで構造を読んだ気もするが難しくてさっぱりだったな。確か電子が蛍光物質にぶつかるとき発光してどうだろうこうだな。
Yeah, it just turns into fucking mumbo jumbo.
それは偽書です。真実はブラウン管の中にグレムリンという妖精が閉じ込められていて、
Okay, I see where she's going with this.
魔法で仕事をしてくれているからなのですよ。
はあ？バカ
Unless you
言うなよ。
100% know the principle behind how a process is done. And it's basically magic.
ブラウン管の中を覗いたこともないのに、どうして否定を？
覗いたことはねえが絶対にそんな妖精はいないと断言できるさ。
But then you can be like, have you ever seen an electron before? You know, electrons aren't real. It's fucking magic.
ここにブラウン管がない以上、実証は不能です。
確かに今この瞬間は実証不能
Yeah,
だ
it's all
な。
game of semantics.
後でどこかのテレビをばらしてみせればすぐに論破できるさ。
Just keep moving the goalpost.
ということは、ブラウン管の中にグレムリンが閉じ込められていて、その魔法で映
But
像
no,
を映
gremlins
し出
are
してい
real
ると
and
い
they
う
live in
私
fucking
の魔法
airplanes.
説は、
I know that for a fact.
ブラウン管の中身を検証するまで否定不能ということになります
Like just
ね。
this weekend, you know, spent like 2 days fucking chasing around electronic gremlins. What was wrong with things? I don't know. But we did something to fix it. What did we do? I don't know.
なんだよあれか。悪魔の証明だって言いてえのか。お前たち魔女のお箱だぜ。
悪魔の証明は消極的事実の証明が不可能であることを
Yeah, this is
逆手に
more-
取った奇弁です。
I don't know how to describe it. It's trying to be less tricky. It's more just like
しかし今のブラウン管の話は
different
違う。
viewpoint than like some fucking philosophical experiment.
テレビをたった一台分解すれば済むだけの話ですよ。
そうだな。確かに悪魔の証明とは異なるな。
Yeah, it rhymes,
あな
but
た
you
の
know,
提
they're not
唱
the
する
same.
科学的説明と私の提唱する魔法的説明、そのどちらかが真実です。そしてそれはブラウン管の中を覗いた
Oh
時に
god,
確
fucking
定する。
Schrödinger's cat. No!
しかしそれを確かめる
We
瞬
gotta
間の
open the
直前まで
fucking
私たち
the
は
fucking
互いの
boob tube in
説を
order to
否定
find
で
out
き
which
ない
theory is inside.
つまり真実は一つであるにもかかわらずブラウン管の中を覗く直前までは相反する真実が
Holy
同時に
Schrödinger's
二つ
fucking
存在すること
cat!
ができる。一つしか存在してはいけない真実が二つ同時に存在できる異空間。
I'm genuinely upset right now. I knew it was gonna show up eventually. Is the cat in the box alive or dead? You open the box, you will know the answer. You will know the truth. However, until you open the box, you can claim that the cat is alive, and you can claim that it is dead. Each of the two parties makes a claim that, according to them, is the correct truth. And even though both sides are conflicting, neither can win the argument as long as the box remains unopened. In other words, two truths can exist at the same time. Even though there can only be one cat in the box, it is packed with a living cat and a dead cat in a strange parallel world. That is what Rokunjima is now. This island is now a different world where a science theory and a magic theory exist in the same time. Yeah, you know, Beatrice, in her move, in her turn, you know, said that, you know, she killed the other Beatrice with giant fucking golems and raining spears and yada yada yada, but, you know, there's also, you know, depending on who wins, you know, someone could have just shot her. Or fucking stabbed her a bunch. If you're a resident of the world of science, such as yourself, at a glance, it may feel as though this island has been sucked into a world of magic. While that may be correct, it is not accurate. Strictly speaking, it has moved from the world of science to the midway point between that world and the world of magic. So at a glance, it appears to you as though the world is tilted towards the magic side. But actually, this island is now in a perfectly impartial position with relation to the two opposing worlds.
Yoくわからねえ。現実と魔法の中間？限りなく公平な世
We're
界。
in the box.
どこがだよ。俺に圧倒的に不利な展開ばっかりじゃねえかよ。
ならばこう考えるといいでしょう。これは裁判です。あなたとベアトリーチェが相反する主張を繰り広げている法廷だと考えるのです。ブラウン管裁判でもいいでしょう。
This prosecution plays dirty.
あの子はブラウン管の中には妖
And I
精
have to
が
have
入
a
ってい
water
ると
fight.
主張している。
What a fight? Watertight defense to get out of this one.
そして中に入っている妖精がどのような生態でどのような姿なのか、どのような魔力を持っているのかを次々に説明する。そしてあなたは、
まあ図書館で勉強してブラウン管の構造を説明して反論するだろうよ。
この瞬間法廷にはあなたの主張とあの子の主張が同時に存在する。もしもあの子の主張に耳を傾けたならば、それはあたかも真実に聞こえてしまうかもしれない。見えてしま
Yeah,
う
if
か
you
も
don't
し
if
れ
you
ない
don't like fully know the truth, you know, someone could just say anything, and you know, huh? How did the presents get under the tree? Oh, Santa does it. It's like, oh, okay.
あなたはまさにそれを見せつけられた。今この瞬間の六軒島には確かに魔女も魔法も真実として存在するかもしれない。しかしそれは猫の箱が開かれる瞬間までの不確定な波動関数の世
I
界。
don't want to think about waves. I never want to fucking learn about frequencies ever again, and it hurts.
すべての状態が
It hurts
同
my
時
head.
に説明できる。しかし真実は一つです。
Sine wave? More like sayonara.
それは観測されることによって
I'm
収
sorry.
縮し
That was bad.
無数の真実が淘汰されてたった一つの真実になる。法廷で例えるならば、これは裁判長による判決行為にも似ているでしょう。検察側、弁護側がそれぞれに主張する2つの真実は判決によって収縮し一つとなるのです。
あんたの言葉を借りると、つまり今のこの島はブラウン管の中を覗く直前の世界ってわけなんだな。だからこそ科学説も魔
Like I
法
said, in
説
the
も
box.
どちらも否定できない。否定できないってことはつまり
They can exist simultaneously.
どちらも真実として存在できる。だから魔女も魔法も存在し得る。しかし同時にそれを否定
Because
す
you need
る
to
あなた
pry
の
open
意
the
見
box
もま
and,
た
you know,
真実として
shed some light
同
onto
時
the
に
mystery.
存在できる。相反する二つが同時に存在できる世界。
But you just keep getting fucking bullied by Beatrice, so you can't even do that.
そして相反する真実が互いを否定する理由にできない世
But,
界。
you know, Beatrice is just at that age, and, you know, when a girl's mean to you like that, it just means she likes you.
理解できてきましたか？
つまりベアトがどんなすげえ魔法を俺に見せようとも、それは魔法説の主張でしかなく、俺を否定すること
She
に
could
は
fucking
当た
throw
らない
anything out there, and you wouldn't have to believe it, but, you know, you have no way to disprove it.
ベアトがどんな魔法を俺に見せようとも、この世界ではそれをもって魔法が存在する証拠にはなり得ない
Yep.
ってことか。
そうです。あの子は木からリンゴが落ちることすらも魔法で説明しようとするでしょう。あの子は一見杖を振るって魔法にてリンゴをもぎ取り大地に落としたかのように主張するかもしれない。しかしそれはあの子の主張の一つに過ぎないのです。あの子のいかなる主張もあなたの主張する機会を拒むことはできない。その意味においてこの世界は双方にあまりに公平なのです。
なるほど。
Do you get it?
だがよ、その論法で言ったなら、たとえ俺が科学説で正論を示したところで、
Yeah, she can throw out any magic bullshit in order to counter
奴
it,
の
and
魔
there's
法
nothing
説
you
の
can
証明
do
衝
to,
突を
you
起
know,
こすだけで、俺もまた奴を論破でき
to
る。
fully shut her out.
しかも、そのファイナルジャッジは、ブラウン管を除かない限りつかない。この世界のブラウン管はどこにあるんだ？俺たちに議論なんて必要ないってことになる。俺たちは仲良くブラウン管の中身を覗けばいいだけの話じゃねえのか。中に妖精が本当にいたら俺の全面敗北だ。いなかったら逆に俺の勝ち。 俺たちはブラウン管を覗かずに
Because this wouldn't be a game if you could just fucking look in and find out.
それこそがあの子があなたに挑んだゲームなのです。裁判ではなくチェスと例えるべきでしょう。勝敗は裁判官が決めるのではない。戦っているあなたたち自身が決めるのです。
真実が同時に存在できるめちゃくちゃな世界
And
で
it's not going to be any
相手
victory
を
by
論
decision
破なん
here.
てできるのかよ。
現にあなたは論破されて今こうして屈服していますよ。
Yeah, you realize you're getting fucking
今
circles run around
私に
you. Now
助言
what?
できるのはここま
What are
で
you
で
gonna
す。
do about it?
もしもあなたが望むなら時折助言を与えましょう。
ああ、ありがとう。助かるぜ。
Thanks, Beatrice.
あんたの仇も。
ありがとう。期待していますよ。
あんた、名前は
You know.
ベアトリーチェはかつて私の名でしたが譲ってしまった
That just means we gotta give you one.
私は名前を持ちません。ならば仮の名でも名
Oh,
乗
you'll
りま
pick
しょ
one
う。
for yourself.
ワルギリアス。
Because you're Virgil and you're gonna guide us through this hell?
いえ、ワルギリアではいかがです？
Virgilia? Are you updated in our character sheet now? Which aside, Virgilia, retired endless witch and Beatrice's master, made proper use of the endless magic and dedicated her life to the happiness and smiles of people. Taught Beatrice the endless magic and retired believing that Beatrice would devote herself to people in the same way. As well as being Beatrice's master, she was also the consulting mage of Beatrice's old home. For this reason, Virgilia interacted with her in the manner of a servant. It is said that this was responsible for causing Beatrice's egotism and excesses. Womp womp. A little too, doting, you know. Left her fucking spoiled rotten. You feeling motivated?
ワルギリア、ワルキュリア、
No. Virgil.
神話の女神の名前だっけか。
いいえ、ベアトリーチェのもとへ導くものという煉獄さんの頂上にて待つあの子のもとへあなたを導く。その案内人にふさ
Oh,
わしい
what? And then we're gonna fucking transcend together to fucking Paradiso or whatever?
魔女を否定する俺が魔女の助けを借りるとはな。なるほど。異なる主張が同時に存在できるこの矛盾した世界ならそれもありってわけだ。笑え
No
る
sense
話
looking a
だぜ。
gift horse in the mouth.
あの子の言葉を借りるけど本当にあなたは
God, now I can only see her in my head, like, she needs more power. And she has a fucking white monster in her hand and fucking sits on plastic lawn chairs.
戦う気力がもう蘇ってきた。さあ、心の準備
Yes,
が
head
いい
into
なら
battle.
あの子のもとへ。
Battler?
あの子の座するチェス盤の正面へお戻りなさい。私の弟子とどこまで戦えるか楽しみにしていますよ。
ああ、見てろよ。もうあいつの寝言には耳を貸さねえ。とことん冷静に俺の戦いを貫いてやる。もうあいつの挑発には絶対に乗らねえ。
では戻りましょう。戦いの席へ。おお、バトラー。
Alright, now do a combo on her. Get a fucking smoking sexy style.
そなたどこへ姿を消しておったのか。負け犬は二度と姿を現さないかと思ったぞ。
待たせたな。頭を冷やしてきたぜ。
I just had to go for a little walk in the rain.
それでわらわとお師匠様の愉快痛快爽快大喝采の素敵ファンタジーバトルへの回答は出たのかい？あんなのファンタジー以外じゃ説明不能だろう。
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it happened that way. We're in fucking weird metaphysical space, man.
お嬢様、さっき親切で上品にするとお誓いになられたばかりですよ。
いけねえいけねえ。バトラの顔
Oh,
を見てると
Beatrice,
つ
you're
い
such
つ
a
い
card.
上機嫌になってしまうものでな。ほれほれほれ、それでバトラ、さっきの戦いだがどういう反応を示してみせるよ。
バトル
Yeah, what battle?
何があったって
Yeah.
このバラ庭園のどこにお前らがニョキニョキ生やした塔が槍が
Yeah, you know, there'd be some after effects.
どこに転がってんだねえじゃないか。つまりこいつがブラウン管の中身ってわけさ。
ブラウン管の中身
You lost her.
一体何の話を始めるやら。
Does Beatrice even know what a prawn tube
今こ
is?
の瞬間バラ庭園には何もない。さっきまでは魔法で塔が生えていたかもしれねえさ。だがそれは
Yeah, there's
ブラ
no
ウン管
evidence that
の
that
中
actually
に住む
happened.
までだ。魔法バトルはお前の解釈主張に過ぎない、
Mm-hmm.
今この場に何もないのがその証拠だ。俺はさっきの魔女の戦いにこう反
It's
論
like
す
seeing
る。
a meteor in the night sky and being like, that's a chariot of a god. But you know, can't prove that.
今こ
meteor's
の場に
gone.
何もないのは何事もなかったことの証明だとな。
あのな、さすがに第一の晩から大暴れはできぬし、わらわもこのバラ庭園は気に入っているのでな。
So he used magic to put everything back
被
together.
害を及ぼさないため、結界の中で戦っておったのだ。だから現実には何の影響も与えていないのは当然のことよ。
それがお前の主張だな。ああ、それもありだろうな。
Got any fucking facts to back that up?
だが今この瞬間のバラ庭園に何もない。だから魔法などなかったという俺の主張を何ら妨げるものではないん
Therefore,
だ。
none of that shit happened the way you said it did.
おいおい、そんなめちゃくちゃでわらわの魔法を否定できるのか。魔法がないは証明不能。悪魔の証明である
And
ぞ。
you can't prove that it happened either.
今この瞬間のこのバラ庭園が真実だ。覗いた瞬間に
Seeing is
ブラウン
believing,
管
and I
の
don't
中の
see any
妖精は
fucking
蒸
magic
発する。
bullshit in the yard, so.
そしてここには何の魔法の痕跡もない。だからお前らの魔女の戦いは
Sorry, Battler. I cut you off.
返してもその力はもしや。
お忘れですか、お嬢様。多層世界収縮術です。無限の魔女の力と対になる有限の魔女の力。無限の魔女にしか悟ることができず、そして無限の魔女にとって
Have you seen the term
最
finite
も
witch?
強
I don't know
力
if we
な
have.
効果を発揮します
Maybe in the, you know, question mark dimension in between episodes.
シュレディンガーの猫箱か。
Yeah.
あの老いぼれ魔女ね。色きれいな入れ知恵を。
時間をロスった使用人5人とじい様で6人の死体。
Mm-hmm.
状況を確認させてもらうぜ。俺がもたもたしてて時間を無駄にしちまった。ここからはサクサクいくぜ。
Yes, please.
席につけベアトリーチェ。ようやく第一の番じゃねえか。本番スタートだぜ。どんと来やがれ。
Let's see them bodies. Got a big old poking stick. But we will wait to see those bodies next time on the next episode of Umineko because that was the chapter break. And I don't want to extend this extra long because if this is a long chapter, I'm gonna be real. I'm fucking feeling it right now. Like I need to go to sleep. And if this drags out any longer, it's gonna be downhill and downhill fucking fast. So while I still have fucking some gas in the tank, this is where we're going to call it. So once again, like, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. See you all next time for the next episode of Umineko. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye. Mwah. Did I say don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell? I think I did, but in case I didn't, I just said it there again. Goodbye again. Mwah.